The Limitless chip is one of the most powerful tools in F1 Fantasy, and when you use it right, it can give you a massive advantage over the rest of the field. In this video, I'm going to break down how the Limitless chip works, what a Limitless team actually looks like, and the best races to use Limitless in F1 Fantasy 2026. You can only use the Limitless chip once per season, and it unlocks after your team completes one race weekend, so you won't see it right away when you first start playing. Limitless gives you two big advantages. The first advantage is unlimited free transfers. Normally in F1 Fantasy, you have 2 free transfers and can carry up to 1 unused transfer from a previous race. But after that, it's a 10-point penalty per transfer. With Limitless, you can change out your entire team without a penalty. The second advantage is no cost cap, so you can pick the best drivers and constructors and run a super team for one weekend. And don't worry about getting back under the cost cap after using Limitless. The game will automatically revert your team back to the lineup from the previous race. Here's a real example of Limitless from the 2025 season. So this lineup included Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Kimi Antonelli, and the McLaren and Mercedes constructors. This lineup normally costs $180.1 million, even though this team's cost cap was only $109 million. So Limitless was a huge advantage. My Limitless team scored almost 400 fantasy points, and it helped me climb to the top of my league standings. If this video is helping you, make sure you like and subscribe, and consider joining our channel because our channel members get exclusive access to videos before anyone else, and we have a private league this year just for our members where they can compete against us and win great prizes too. The best time to use Limitless is on a normal race weekend, early in the season, at a circuit known for few overtakes. Let's break down why each of these matters. For a long time, I thought sprint weekends were the best times to use Limitless, but that totally changed in 2025. Sprint weekends tend to have extra chaos, like Ferrari, who suffered a double disqualification in China. Rain threatened to spoil the Miami, Belgium, and Brazil weekends, and a lap 1 incident during the Austin sprint race wiped out both McLaren drivers. Also, sprint weekends only have 1 free practice session, so there's less clarity on the running order, especially with the new regulations for 2026. The scoring for the sprint race also plays a factor. Midfield drivers often complete more overtakes than elite drivers during the sprint race, and since points for the top 8 drivers are reduced for that event, the advantage of an unlimited budget isn't as strong. To give you an example, at the 2025 Miami Grand Prix, Norris and Piastri finished first and second in the sprint race, but Lance Stroll scored more F1 fantasy points than the 2 McLaren drivers combined because he gained 11 positions in that race. The second key to using Limitless is all about timing. Drivers and constructors gain value over the course of the season, and the top F1 fantasy players build their budgets by $30 million or more to spend on powerful teams by the end of the season. That means the gap between a normal team and a Limitless team is largest early in the season before most players have had time to build their budget. The third key to using Limitless is at a circuit with little overtaking. We just talked about how overtakes level the playing field in the sprint race, but the same logic applies to the Grand Prix as well. Top drivers are less likely to lose positions, which increases their scoring potential, while midfield drivers struggle to overtake and are less likely to outscore these more expensive drivers. Some circuits deliver the fewest overtakes every year, and those are the ones we want to target for the Limitless chip. So which races check all 3 boxes? Let's start with Monaco. This race is round 8 and always has the fewest overtakes on the whole calendar. In 2025, 48.6% of the top 500 teams in the F1 Fantasy Global League used Limitless at Monaco. So I think a lot of top teams will mark this race on their calendars this year. But be careful, there is some risk to Monaco, because if a driver on your Limitless team qualifies lower than expected, there's very little room to make up positions in the Grand Prix. Some other races I'd keep an eye on are Jeddah in round 5 and Japan in round 3, since we don't see a lot of overtaking there either, and these are non-sprint weekends. Once the final scores are calculated, your Limitless team reverts back to the lineup from the previous race, and value changes are applied to that team. If you made any transfers before playing Limitless, those are ignored since the chip reverts back to the previous race weekend, not the last lineup before selecting Limitless. One other important thing is if a team enters the week with 3 free transfers and uses Limitless, they'll lose that 3rd free transfer and drop down to 2 for the following race. And that's everything you need to know about Limitless. Make sure you like and subscribe because we're dropping tons of content, including strategy guides, exclusive interviews, and F1 fantasy analysis you won't find anywhere else.